Well, welcome again to the Chelsea Teddy Bear Museum at the Chelsea Toy Factory here in Chelsea. And it's really an honor and a pleasure to talk about some of the real beginnings in the teddy bear toy history. And we're selecting a case this morning. This happens to be mostly Schuco items, but as we look through this, and I'll slide the door, I'm going to show you right here one of the absolute first teddy bear toys. This was made in France in the late 1800s, and it's made by a company or a man named Fernand Martin. And this little guy, he does the twist when you wind him up, and he actually lumbers and walks. And this is really considered probably the first plush toy bear, because he does stand upright. You notice he has a little chain on his nose. That shows that he is safe and friendly. Early Schuco, he served his apprenticeship at the Bing Corporation as a teenager, left and formed eventually the Schuco Teddy Bear Company. And one of the things that he patented in 1920, and if I had to say what's the greatest bear toy ever made, you're looking at it. It's called the Yes No Bear. Back in the early days, and by early days, let's talk about the turn of the century, families, librarians were big storytellers, and the children really enjoyed it. So they created and invented an animal that was the first talking animal. It's nonverbal, but what happens is, when you look at this, you can say, Mr. Bear, are we having a good time here? Yes, we are. Should I stop talking yet? No, I shouldn't. Anyway, this is called Yes, No, and by virtue of a little tail on the back here, you have the ability to make him say yes or no. And that little animal was the really the rage of the 1920s. And again, up until the end of World War II, when they were making these, it was probably one of the most popular toys in the world, as it still is today when you can find them. Anyway, this little bird, the reason he's so important, when you wind him up, and if you can put this up here, I'll put him right down here. You can see him you see him scooting around. He is called a peck bird, which means he goes around and eats. This little bird was made in the 1920s, and they sold virtually millions of these. And the money that came from these birds are what really funded all the great things they were able to do from that point forward for many years. He's walking on glass, so he's not moving forward. But this little guy is a 1912. This is the first toy that they really made, bear toy. And he's extremely valuable today because there just aren't many around. But that's a complete piece from 1912. Well, thanks for stopping at this Schuco case. There's a lot more, and we hope when you come to the museum, you'll come and ask some of the people here to help you and explain a little more.